Alright, so today we're going to go ahead and draw a hallway using 1-point perspective. Okay, so remember 1-point perspective. You probably want to use a ruler. You're going to need an eraser. Okay, we're going to have a lot of little guidelines throughout our drawing, so you want to make sure that that you draw lightly to start off, because a lot of these lines are not going to stay in your work. Okay, so what I'm going to have you guys do is, let's say a little bit above halfway of the paper, you're going to go ahead and draw a horizontal line that goes straight across your paper, and this is going to be your horizon line, which is the line where is the level of the viewer's eyes. Okay, so you want this to be light. This is going to be a guideline in your work. So again, you're drawing that straight across your paper, and that's going to be your horizon line. Right on the horizon line in the center, okay, in the middle of this line, I'm going to go ahead and add a little point, and that's going to be my vanishing point. Okay, don't draw it too dark because it's not going to stay in your work. Remember, that's just going to be a point in your work that you're going to reference with. Okay, so you're going to use that to make sure that all your lines are correct in this art piece. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to draw a rectangle here, okay, and which is going to be the back wall at the end of the hallway. Okay, so what I want you to do is go ahead and measure about, let's say, about half of your finger. Okay, so about this long right here. I'm going to go ahead and measure that. I'm going to put the tip of my finger on the dot, and then I'm going to get the half of my finger, and I'm going to make a little mark. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. So from halfway the finger to the front of my finger. That way that's kind of sitting in the middle. And we're going to draw a rectangle. I want you to go ahead and you can use your straight edge so you can make a straight vertical line. It's going to be, you want to come down, and I'll say that's probably about a little bit past my thumb. So let me see, maybe my pinky, about from the knuckle of my pinky down. Okay, and then do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so it's not too long, but from my knuckle to the front of my pinky is about right here. So we're making a line right there. And this is so we can know where the bottom is here. And then we're going to go above the line about half as much. Okay, so this is about half of this distance. Okay, so we're going straight up and down with a vertical line. We're trying to make a good sized rectangle. We're a little bit lower below the eye level, below your horizon line. We're a little bit lower. Okay, and then we're going to connect these two so we can make our rectangle. Remember, this line right here needs to be straight, horizontal, so straight side to side, and it should be parallel to the horizon line. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, and I need to connect it right there. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the bottom. Okay, we want to make sure this line is straight, going straight across, and it should be parallel to that. So all these lines right here should be going the same direction. It should not be tilted where it goes like this, and eventually they're going to hit. Okay, so make sure they're pretty straight. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add some lines coming out the corners. Okay, coming out from here to the corners, and we're going to bring it out. Now I'm going to darken it up a little bit as I get out, as I come outside of the rectangle. So as soon as I hit the corner, I'm going to go ahead and darken up. It's light right here, but as soon as I hit here, I'm going to keep that line, so I'm going to make it a little bit darker. Okay, now I'm going to do that to all the corners. So from the center point or your vanishing point through the corner here, this is light, and then straight across. And then I'm going to go here to from the vanishing point to the corner. This is really light, and then this right here, we can go ahead and put some pressure because we're going to keep that part. You're going to go ahead and go again from the vanishing point to the corner, and you're going to keep that part. You can, I like to draw the lines in there just to make sure that I'm doing this correct, but that's basically our hallway. This is going to be the ceiling, and this is going to be the floor. Okay, so these are the walls, that's the ceiling, this is the floor. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and separate this as best as I can with, let's say, kind of divide it evenly. So I'm going to go like maybe here, here, here. I'm just trying to guess and try to kind of divide this evenly. And I made a couple of marks right there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use my ruler, my straight edge, and I'm going to make a line that goes from the vanishing point to each one of these points. So I line that up. That's at the vanishing point, that's at the first point, and I'm going to go ahead and make a line that goes straight down. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to work the floor first. Okay, so if this line would continue, it's going to go straight to that vanishing point. So I'm going to line up my ruler, and I'm going to go from the vanishing point to the next point. And that's straight right there. That should be straight right here. Go ahead and keep that line. We'll do that. And then repeat the process. Make sure you line up your straight edge to the vanishing point always. And so it would be going straight to the vanishing point. And this is going, line it up with the vanishing point. It goes straight right there, and then right here, we'll go ahead and keep that. It'll be straight right there. Keep that. I'm going to go here to the next point. That's the vanishing point. That goes straight right here. We'll go ahead and keep that line. And then we've got one more. That's straight from the vanishing point to that first mark. And we'll go ahead and keep that. All right. So now, I have marks from a different drawing on here. All right, so now this is the floor, and we're going to make the floor look like a floor in a, like a floor in the school where it's got the square tiles. So I'm going to darken up this back line for myself here. So I'm keeping that one square. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we make a few more horizontal lines. Make sure they're parallel to each other. I'm going to go ahead and go there. Then I'm going to go a little bit wider. You want to make sure that you set up your ruler pretty straight, or your straight edge is pretty straight. That way these are parallel to each other. And as you pull closer to yourself, or as you get closer toward the bottom of the page, you can kind of separate these a little bit more, just slightly more than the time before. So that's kind of short, and then it goes a little bit longer, and so forth. You don't want to get too long, too quick. Not like that. Again, you want to make sure that your lines are coming in pretty straight. And then I'll make about one more in here. Whatever I can fit on this page. That looks pretty straight. It'll look like that. So that's going to be your floor, okay, as you're going in. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make the doors, 2 doors on both sides here. Okay, so in order to make the door, we're going to make the top of the door first. So the top of the door is parallel to the corner of the seat where the ceiling and the wall meet. So what you're going to do is you're going to line up your ruler to the vanishing point, and then you're going to leave a little space from the top here. And I want you to go ahead and make a line that's going to be really light that goes to your vanishing point. And we're going to make a light line, okay? This is going to be the top of the door, okay? But it's actually the top of the door frame. I did it light for right now, and then we'll darken it up in a minute. Then you can go ahead and leave about, let's say about the width of your finger, and then go ahead and make a vertical line right here. Okay, so I'm going to make a vertical line after I measure about a width of my finger. And I'm going to go from this top line straight down. This is vertical, so it should go straight down. I'm going to keep this line, so it's okay if I make it dark. Okay, this is going to be the door frame. Okay, so then I'm going to leave a little bit of space, and I'm going to say about, I would say like maybe 3 finger space. Okay, so 3 fingers, and then add the next vertical line. You want to make sure it's going straight up and down. And you're going to put that in there pretty dark. So this is the door frame. So right here, we can go ahead and keep this line right here, and we're going to darken it up. This is the door frame, the top of the door. Okay, top of the door, sides of the door frame. So what we're going to do is we're going to make another line that goes to the vanishing point, but it's pretty close to here. So we're making the door frame, so I'm going to go ahead and go like this. I'm going to stop right around there, so that line looks like this. I'm going to make it dark because I want to be able to see it. And then I'm going to go straight up and down right here. So we're making like basically another rectangle in here, and then this side right here as well. Okay. So I'm going to make that nice and dark right there. So that is our door frame, and now our door is here. Okay, so we got a door, we got the frame around the door. So now what I want you to do on this corner is we're going to go ahead and get the width of the door frame, because the door frame normally pops out just a tad. So we're going to go ahead and make a little line that's horizontal, so it goes straight like this one. See, this one's going at an angle up. This one's going to go straight across. Okay, and then this right here will go straight down. And we're not going to go all the way to the bottom just yet. We're going to stop a little bit before we get to the bottom, like right there. Okay, and the reason for that is we're going to go ahead and make a baseboard that's going to go around the bottom of our work, of our floor. Okay, we're going to start off with just this baseboard first. Of course, the angle of the baseboard is going to go toward the vanishing point. Okay, so this is the vanishing point. I'm going to line up my ruler, and I'm going to leave a little space from the bottom. Okay, this is where the floor starts. So a little space from here, and I'm going to go ahead and make a line. It's going to go here. It's going to touch the door frame, and then come from here to here. And it'll touch in the corner, and I'll stop right there. And then we're going to make another line that's going to be parallel to this one, so it's going to give the depth here. It's going to go again to that vanishing point. It's going to be really skinny this time, so I'm just leaving a little bit of space. You can see there's just a little space in here, and we're going to go from here to there, and then down here, and that's going to look like it touches over there. Okay, so basically we've got the corner. We can attach this here, and we've got the baseboard on the side. We've got the baseboard right here on the top. And what I'll ask you to do now is we can go ahead and shade this in. This is the third dimension. Okay. So now we've created a little bit of form. So when we have form, we also have a little bit of value. So we're going to go ahead and shade this side in. And we'll shade this side in. And where we drew those lines over here, they pretty much touch, so I think they're going to be okay. Just like that. All right. So the next thing we'll do is we're going to go ahead and add a doorknob here. So what I want you to do is, this is your eye level. That's your horizon line. We definitely want to be below that. Let's say around middle of this area right here. We're going to draw like an ellipse, like that. So it's not a full circle, it's like a long circle. And we're going to make it the thicker side on this side. So it looks like this. So like in a C shape, you're going to make a little bit of a thicker line. And then you can go ahead and make a skinny line like that comes out. And that's your doorknob. Okay? So now we pretty much have this side of the wall complete. Click the next video for the rest of the wall, or the door, the hallway.